Biggie's going off on Big Lex, calling her a liar. As you guys know, at the reunion, that's where it all kicked off when Big Lex apparently punched Biggie in the face.
Why? Why not?
She got into a scuffle, she had some few scratches.
And the only thing I left with is some scratches, as we see, just little scratches per use. It always happens, per use.
Whoop-de-doo. Biggie was like, well, my face ain't scratched, look at this, with a crooked eyelash. Apparently, she went off on Tasiki for not having her back.
Yes, y'all know somebody gonna try me. It gotta be somebody. It was Biggie. We gonna pray for that situation.
And Biggie took it on the internet saying, no need for a storyline is real, get no points. We started multiple rehearsals together outside of Korea, worked multiple times. After that, we was even in cars together and had multiple conversations after Korea multiple times, my G. Boo, please, next, girl's a puppet. Well, Big Lex did not like that, and she ended up responding on the internet, and Big Lex responded after her. We're gonna put their arguments all in one clip. Let's roll it.
There's a time and a place, quoted from Biggie. Time and a place. Beating your ass outside of the country was not the time. It was not the time.
We started multiple rehearsals together.
Biggie, you know I wasn't fucking ever. When you did that stuff, I seen me and Biggie was arguing about the blunt. Okay, that's one thing. Then after that, we were in the bathroom, and that's when she was on live in the bathroom, and she was recording me and that's conversation or whatever. So from that day, I already knew, oh yeah, Biggie's gonna have to see me. And I didn't have to say too much because she already knew you tried to play with me. So when you decided to be on live in front of thousands of people and eavesdrop on the conversation and you feel me, create this narrative and this and that, you knew what you were doing. Ever since that day, I was not fucking with you no more. I already knew what it was when the time came. I never spoke to you after that. I never said anything to you after that. After Korea, when you did that shit in Korea. We went to London. You see me, you said, hi, Lex. I said, what up? And then her manager told her to not speak to me. I said, you should probably listen to me because he already knew that I wasn't, you feel me, really with her like that. She's like, I don't have to listen to him, She already knew the vibe I was giving. So we sat in multiple rehearsals together. Why would I beat your ass at a rehearsal when we have a show, when we have a booking? Why would I do that? Just be ready, because you knew it was coming. Don't act confused.
It coming. How did I see it coming? You came up to me like you was gonna hug me, was smiling, and I said, Lex, you look pretty, and then you hit me.
And if you can do something to make somebody mad enough to put their hands on you, you need to take accountability. Stop trying to play victim every time. You're not the victim, babe. Just because you don't fight doesn't mean that you get to do shit and get away with it. No. You got exactly what you deserve. Period, point blank.
Uber receipts on my phone. We have the Uber, the everything receipts. What are we really when niggas was trying to feed her Nando's and it was trash in London, and my own cousin went and brought food for all of us. I remember that. It was only convenient for her to hit me on the stage because she didn't have a storyline. But when
we were in the car together one time on the way back from the London show to the hotel, and I didn't even sit by you. I didn't sit by you.
We was in London. Forget about Korea. I get it. You don't want to go to jail. But we was in London performing, rehearsing, working together multiple times. You was smiling in my face.
And even then, we're at work. That's not the time to do that. But you knew it was coming. Because you know that I didn't do it. You know that I didn't do it then. And I didn't give you what you deserved at that moment. But you knew it was coming, babe. You knew it was coming because you know that you had me fucked up. And you know that you did some flaw-ass shit. So, just because I didn't do it while we were at work in a whole different country didn't mean I wasn't going to get that, babe. So the opportunity that I did get to get that, I walked over to Biggie. I looked her dead in her face. She going to say, you look pretty. Bop.
Coming. You came up to me like you was gonna hug me, was smiling, and I said, Lex, you look pretty, and then you hit me.
And we had multiple conversations. Me and Biggie had no conversations.
We even spoke about what happened in Korea. And you said, Biggie, it's not that big of a deal, it's fine. I'm not stressing that. Matter of fact, let's go ask Tinka, because Tinka was a witness to all of it.
We were talking about me, Mariah Lynn, Biggie, and I think Tinka, we were all talking about bookings and prices and accommodations, and we were all having a conversation about that. I was never cool with you, Biggie, because in my mind, you already had me fucked up. You text me after I had Mariah's back. I did not reply. You text me apologizing. I did not reply. Stop making it seem like me and you were not cool like that, Biggie. We were not cool like that. Not saying I didn't like you. I didn't know you like that. We only were on the TV show together, and we would only see each other during filming.
And hold a conversation. I was the only one holding you down when nobody was your friend, because Dolly was you during the season. No one was really you during the season, and I'm the only one that went out of my way, even when you were struggling in bathrooms trying to get dressed by yourself. No team, no nothing. Me and my team always made sure everybody was straight when we're filming. You know what's going on, like, so it's not that big of a deal. You're just a shitty friend, and you're not a girl's girl.
Me and Biggie, we've talked a couple times on the phone after Baddies USA on some cool stuff. Actually, we were a little bit cool. We were like, just talking. But after we went to Korea, that's when I actually got to be around her. And she was just doing weird stuff. And it was like, for you to feel like you can play with me with no consequence is crazy. Multiple conversations after Korea, multiple times. Babe, you already know it was not that. So stop trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm just being fake, or that I was just cool with you, and then you're so surprised that I did what I did. Stop acting surprised. Stop acting surprised. Stop acting surprised, because that's not true. Period, point blank. I don't need you for nothing. I don't need you for no storyline. And then you're saying, please, next puppet. Everyone who's called me a puppet has been a victim to my madness. Y'all are mad. Everyone who's called me a puppet has been a victim to my madness. And y'all want to blame it on production, this and that. No. I didn't slap you. I slapped you for my own reasons. Anything I did for my own reasons. Y'all just didn't like the fact that I did it. Y'all just didn't like the fact. Y'all didn't like the fact that I did it. Period, point blank. Y'all didn't like the way that I moved. So because y'all were a victim to the way that I decided to move, now, oh, she's a production puppet. And so many people have said it now. Now they created a narrative, but in reality, y'all are just mad. She had me blocked before the reunion. She had me blocked after that because you already knew. So stop playing the victim. I hate that.
End of the conversation. Last time we saw each other, everything was fine, which was the day of our performance in London. We rode in the same car home, and we had like 3 different conversations, and I did apologize for the live. Just admit you're not the girl, and you do anything for a storyline. I genuinely did apologize for being on live that day. I happened, and I got the next messages to prove it, where you was being very aggressive for no reason. Even when I did apologize and let me say something on the live, there was nothing that you said that you didn't say out loud already. So I honestly didn't think he was angry enough to put he. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's funny. He was angry enough to put your hands on me because of our last conversation was regular. I even congratulated you. You're showing you congratulated my family members was in the car and everything, so you can't lie. But you so fake mad at this point, you would have even thought it was Natalie that I told you to hit me, because the only person that said something that is bothered was Natalie. None, so let me know what's really going on.
That's okay, because I can't wait for people to see the whole entire story and really run this up, because girl, you didn't say not one thing to Krishan. You knew you were supposed to jump to Siki with your big 3. That's why you really don't like us. Let's really get into it. And now you just look like a big ass bully, and you went to go fight J-Lo over being a bully, but yeah, you came over here and bullied someone. You get no points, babes. It's over for you. You're done.
Woo, that was a lot. I needed to post all of that in one clip so we can grab context and I can elaborate more right here. So basically, at the end of the day, I just feel that Biggie should have known. Like, their arguments were really bad in Korea. How do you know that you don't have an issue? You apologized to her and she never responded to you. Yes, you have the receipts, the text messages, but do you have her responding back to you? Because if not, that tells you another story. Though, Biggie did say that she responded to her while in Korea, said it's okay, it's not a thing, and then she went up to her to act like she was going to give her a hug. That's messed up, and that's fake. Unless she did that so security wouldn't get in between them. I don't know what her strategic plan was at the Baddies reunion, but that's fake. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And I gotta say this, congratulations to Big Legs being the first baddie to actually have a Colgate brand deal. That's a pretty big deal. The fact that Colgate looked at Biggie and said, I'm not Biggie, Big Lexi, and was like, oh, you know what? You will be really good for our brand. And what's funny, they gave her a commercial that looks like it had something to do with arguments or arguing family. And I'm like, that is so racist. What, you think that mixed people have family issues? But anyway, that shit made me laugh. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.